משוטט בעולם, כל שופר נמשך בעומקי המדרגות, מסובב הגלגל סביב. משוטט בעולם, כל שופר נמשך.
The burden of looking after Elisa like that is something that you just get used to and you wear. But I think that what's bearing down quite heavily on me at the present is what we can look forward to in the future, because once she is an adult and beyond school years, we won't have the luxury of having a bus come to collect her, to take her to a day program. There are very limited facilities that are available for a severely disabled, alert, communicative young adult in the wider community, but more especially in the Jewish community. And we have to try and work to create those social, intellectual and emotional stimulus for somebody like Elisa. She deserves every right to have a fulfilling life as much as she can. She has the capacity to enjoy, to learn and to experience just as any one of us have, but it takes an awful lot of assistance to help her to access any opportunity that we can create for her. And I think whilst we have it hard at home, I would just love to put more energy into making it work so that she can have some sort of just fulfilling future with and socialise with other young Jewish adults similar to herself.
For me, I don't know what I would do without Jewish care. There's no way. And I'm the only sibling who takes care of David, and my mom now is in Jewish care for almost 3 years. My father died 18 years ago, and I brought my brother and my mom to Australia. It was a struggle, but we did succeed. Again, I was very lucky, and Jewish care helped me with his future.
The issue for Jewish care and the Jewish community is that, unlike previous generations, people with a disability are now leading and living full lives, whereas previously people might have passed away a decade or two before their parents and had a much shorter life expectancy.
Since my mom is in Jewish care, it's easier for me because I'm quite, I can see the future, that he is well taken care of.
Samantha was our first child, and when she was born, cutting a very long story short, we eventually, after 2.5 years, found out that she has a disorder called mucolipidosis type 4, which is a very unusual, rare disease, and it's actually not unique, but predominantly a Jewish Ashkenazi disorder. She was also only the second diagnosed case in Australia. She's got multiple levels of disability, and yeah, they range from her not being able to see very well to not being verbal in her communication. She also can't stand or walk without support, and a big aspect of her disability is that she's ataxic, which means she has a tremor in her body and in her limbs, so self-helping skills like eating, dressing, bathing are very difficult for her, and she needs constant attention. what happens in the future, the long-term future. What happens when Samantha is an adult and perhaps myself and my husband are not able or not around to care for her in the way that we want her to be cared for. And that's a huge challenge. That's an ongoing aspect.
Quality of life means lots of things to lots of different people, but for some parents it's the ability to just know that their child is going to be well and healthy and cared for when they're not around. Quality of life isn't having an 88-year-old mother still caring for her 57-year-old son. Quality of life isn't about having to spend 2 hours preparing your son or daughter every morning to get them ready to go to work before you do. Quality of life is about the community pulling together to find ways to support families and individuals so that everyone can engage in the things that they would like to do and when they want to do them.
Zach was very lucky. I think Zach could be one of the first Jewish children to be integrated into the Jewish schools. Integration into a Jewish school is so important because these children meet other Jewish children and they sort of can form some relationships, and it would be wonderful if they formed better relationships. But you know, when we sit at the Seder, Zach can actually remember what he learnt at Yavna. It's just quite incredible how he follows the Seder, how he sings the songs, how he absolutely loves his Jewish